Hey everyone, it's MGV Mafia Game Videos, and yesterday Mafia Definitive Edition got a brand new update. Now, many fans like myself were expecting something brand new, but there's no new gameplay features. But what they did is they very discreetly added the origin story for Tommy Angelo. Now, they added 4 new things. I'm going to discuss them all in great detail, and here's the first one right here. Here's a picture of the boarding papers for Tommy Angelo's family, the Angelo family. The description says, "Coming to America." Tommy and his family arrived in Empire Bay after a month at sea on Christmas Day, 1904. After an inspection by immigration officials, they traveled on to Lost Heaven in a crowded train carriage. Tommy's father found employment at Lost Heaven Harbor, where he worked until his death 15 years later. And over here's a second brand new thing. It's a family picture of the Angelo family. We have Tommy sitting on a chair, and that's his family. Over here, the description says, "The Old Country, Sicily, 1904. 4-year-old Tommy with his family at the Valerie Lemon Grove near the port of Messina. Tommy's father was the supervisor at the plantation until it was foreclosed by a money lender. Evicted from their home and destitute, the Angelos immigrated to America soon afterward." And the third thing they added is in the kitchen. It's over here. It's a taxi driver's license for Tommy Angelo. And the description says, "Taxi license. Before he became a taxi driver, Tommy worked on a road crew. He lived in camps for months at a time, building highways through the northern United States. Tommy, eventually tired of the internet life, moved back to Lost Heaven in 1926, using the money he had saved to buy himself a cab." And the last thing they added in this update, the fourth brand new thing, is this. It's a picture of Sam, Tommy, and Polly. It's titled "Photograph, 3 of a kind." So this is the Angelo family ship boarding picture, and I'm going to dissect this picture. Everything over here is written in Italian, but I'm going to translate it. So the first thing is, on the very top left-hand corner, there's a small writing that says, "To be returned at the end of the journey to the persons in charge of the ticket return." Then on the top right, it says, "To the passenger number 011.711. And in the middle, below the ship's picture, it says, "Italian Maritime, Immigration Office in Palermo." And then below that, it says, "Boarding ticket for number 5 seats of 3rd class." So a total of 5 seats in 3rd class. And with the Italian ship called Perseo, which will depart from Palermo on November 22, 1904. Now, according to the description, a month later at sea, the Angelo family arrived in Empire Bay on December 25th, 1904, Christmas Day. And then in Empire Bay, they took a crowded train to travel to Lost Heaven. And then Tommy's father worked in Lost Heaven Harbor for 15 years until he died. And then below, we have a list of the Angelo family and their ages. The first one is Marco Angelo, Tommy's father. He was 37 years old. Maria Angelo, Tommy's mother. She was 30 years old. Marco Angelo Jr., Tommy's older brother. He was 14 years old. Isabella Angelo, Tommy's older sister. She was 7 years old. And lastly, Tommy. Thomas Angelo was 4 years old when they moved from Palermo to Lost Heaven. And then on the right side, we have a paper that says on the very top in small writing, "This passport contains 20 pages. Passport number 1538 and number of correspondence registered 2. And then in the middle it says, "In the name of His Majesty, King Victor Emmanuel III, by the grace of God and the will of the nation, King of Italy." And then following down it says, "Passport released to Tommy Angelo, son of Marco Angelo and of Maria Angelo, born in San Celeste, Sicily, April 5, 1900. Now, this fictional town is the same when used in the very first mission of Mafia 2, The Old Country, where you play as Soldier Vito. This mission takes place in Tommy's birth town of San Celeste. And below Tommy's birthplace, it says, in the province of Messina. And lastly, on the bottom is the picture of the Perseo, the ship the Angelo family traveled on. And this is the Angelo family picture. In this picture, we have the entire Angelo family. From left to right, we have Isabella Angelo, Tommy's older sister. She was 7 years old. Marco Angelo, Tommy's father. He was 37 years old. Maria Angelo, she's Tommy's mother, and she was 30 years old. And Marco Angelo Jr., Tommy's older brother. He was 14 years old. And lastly, we have Thomas Angelo sitting on the chair with his hands crossed. No offense, but Tommy's head is very poorly photoshopped. Hangar 13 could have hired me. I would have done a way better job and made it look way more realistic. Something about it just looks very off. It looks like they just copy and pasted someone's head onto Tommy's body. But moving on, here's Tommy's taxi driver's license. It says it expires in March 31st, 1933. And the first 3 missions of Mafia Definitive Edition take place in 1930. And Tommy joined the Salieri family in 1930. So Tommy obeyed the law and he didn't drive with an expired license. And lastly, here's the trio picture of Sam, Tommy, and Paulie. And I think this is the first time I'm seeing Sam laugh and not being serious for once. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section about Tommy's origin. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe for more Mafia content. And as always, thanks for watching.
Lace Park, scene dark, silvery moon is shining through the trees. Cast to me you, sound of kisses floating on the breeze. Act 1, B.